Hi everyone, I'm Nicola. Joining me today in this presentation is Justin, Jacqueline and Peter, and we make up the BB alcohol-free team. The following presentation will entail an in-depth analysis of Team AJLM's marketing strategy, in which we will try to identify and explain potential gaps within their market analysis and product development. With this in mind, we will promote our own product concept and explain how we believe our product caters better for the target market of full nest swans. The target market of full nest swans are described as households that consist of parents and children which are under 6 years of age. Full nest swans rely primarily on credit for purchases and buy mainly household necessities. In some cases, one partner stops working in order to care for the children, in which just over half, 61%, keep dual income. For this reason, discretionary income is redirected to the children's needs. This leads us into our first criticism of AJLM's marketing strategy. The product that was pitched was a pair of glasses called sleep glasses. Without consideration to the target market's household, structure, and consumption behavior, sleep glasses was targeted for both children and adults. Following the similar concept of drunk glasses, these glasses would offer the consumer to observe what it would be like to drive whilst drowsy. This, however, is not a household necessity, and even with children being the biggest persuaders in a family, children under the age of 6 would struggle to understand this concept or see it as a desired product to push their parents to purchase. The second criticism for AJLM's marketing strategy would be that it disregarded the motivation, personality, and emotion of full nest swans. If we were to look at the 16 motives of Maguire, full nest swans' primary motivations are caring for their children and having a stable living situation. This product makes no impact on changing the motivations of full nest swans and only acts as a gimmick product. This in turn would lead to no change in attitude to the lack of sleep full nest swans are subjected to, being parents to young children. The third and final criticism of AJLM's marketing strategy is that it does not follow the same historical path of that of TAC. TAC is known for its use of blunt and confronting imagery on televised advertisements and other means of media to spread awareness as opposed to physical products. TAC does not sell any merchandise on its website, nor anywhere else. The only alternative means of helping solve issues within transport or to spread awareness is its providing of insurance to consumers. The SEO, or search engine optimization for sleep glasses, is another shortcoming of the product, as if you were to market this, a tech-savvy full nest couple would yet still have trouble finding the product in the midst of all the blue light glasses that come up in its stead.
These sleep glasses that simulate the sensations of fatigue and sleep deprivation, similar to drunk glasses, are to raise awareness of the dangers of driving or sleep deprived. One of the issues of this product is that it does not inherently help the consumer with dealing with sleep deprivation. It merely elevates the sensory side effects of sleep deprivation, which is not the problem that needs to be resolved, as nearly all consumers know the sensation of feeling tired, especially full nest swans, as they are new at parenting with very young children. Whilst this product is new and unique, this results in extensive decision making by the consumer, who will realize that this product does not actually resolve or alleviate the problem of sleep deprivation. While the use of workshops and advertising in areas in which full nest swans are known to attend, such as kindergartens, schools, and libraries, etc., is a good ways to make sleep deprivation an active problem to the consumer and helps the consumer with exploratory search, the glasses in the end fail the consumer's evaluative criteria as stated before. It does not resolve the issue of sleep deprivation. Another potential issue with these glasses is that if a consumer's exploratory research is poor, due to the short amount of research time, as parenting takes a lot of time and effort, the sleep glasses can be misconstrued as a solution to the side effects of sleep deprivation rather than the simulation of the side effects of these glasses, which may result in extremely dangerous behavior for the consumer and irreparable damage to the TAC's reputation. When purchasing glasses, consumers tend to purchase brands that they know or are known for making glasses, such as Dolce & Gabbana, Ray-Bans, and Prada. This means that the awareness set for these sleep glasses, which will be most likely as inept, as TAC are entering a market in which they do not have the brand recognition to compete with. While the sleep glasses serve a completely different purpose than sunglasses, due to the social stratification of sunglass brands, they will be seen as similar products and as such cannot compete. The sleep glasses method to discourage sleep-deprived driving is using operant conditioning, with the negative reinforcement being the unpleasant feeling upon using the glasses. But the main issue is that no consumer would pay for a negative experience. If these glasses were given away for free, however, consumers would take them for the sheer novelty and be conditioned into the dangers of sleep-deprived driving. However, the glasses cost $5, So it would not make sense for consumers to purchase the glasses just to have the negative experience of being sleep deprived, which can be done for free.
Before we produce our new promotional strategy, our team created a survey to gain primary research from our newly chosen target market, the full nest ones. We received a total of 20 responses to questions involving fatigue while driving. When conducting our survey, we wanted to gain a deeper insight on how our target market is persuaded in their choices when driving. 85% of our responders believe that it is very important to have full concentration when driving on the road, especially with their kids in the car. We then asked our responders a scenario in which they had a bad night of sleep consisting of only a couple hours and they had to drive their children to school. We then asked if they feel safe and comfortable knowing that their kids are in the back seat and it is their responsibility to ensure their safety, knowing they are driving while fatigued. 60% of our respondents believe that they are capable of driving while fatigued and that it is no big deal. From this information we gathered, we understand that parents don't know the importance of concentration while driving. A lot of our responses believe that sleep is not that important when it comes to driving. With this information, we made a decision to promote the prevention of stepping foot in the car when drivers are knowingly fatigued. We want to draw attention to the dangers of driving fatigued and how the consequences can not only affect them, but their children as well. In comparison to the glasses are only just a band-aid to prevent falling asleep on the wheel. We believe it is more important to take a step back and look at the bigger picture here. The importance of preventing people from getting in the car in the first place. With 60% of full nest ones believing that they can still concentrate while driving fatigued, 7 out of our 20 responders believe that they have reported that they have been in situations where they have almost dozed off at the wheel. Even so, the majority of them still don't understand how important it is to drive when they are not feeling fatigued. By getting in the minds of our target market, we can use strong emotional strategies to ensure they know about the dangers of driving fatigued, instead of using a product to reduce the symptoms. The use of the previous product would help to reduce the symptoms of fatigue. Although this is a great idea and can be beneficial in many ways, it is just sugarcoating the problem at hand and is not an efficient way of reducing the accidents on the road. This is why our main focus is to provide a social media ad that is targeted toward full nest ones to ensure that they make better decisions before stepping foot in the car. Young parents are constantly attending to their child's needs and don't have a lot of spare time. Although, during the occasions when they do have spare time, for example when they wake up in the morning or just before going to bed, we see an increase of parents using social media. Based on our survey, we have concluded that the majority of parents use social media between 1 to 4 hours a day, with most of them using Facebook and Instagram. Why do parents use Facebook and Instagram, you might ask? Well, with the growing families, it is very common for parents to share core memories with friends and family, things like their babies taking their first step or the first day of high school. Social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram are primarily photo-based posts that can be shared around and expressed with likes. With this in mind, we believe it would be an efficient way to get a message across to young parents via Facebook and Instagram, as they are widely exposed to it. We agreed that the previous product may have only catered to a certain percentage of the target market. For instance, people who already wear prescribed glasses may be inclined to purchase them, whereas people who do not normally wear glasses may not see its benefits. A lot of parents in our target market may not be financially inclined to purchase these glasses, as they may have other priorities to provide for their family. In response to this, we created a new concept that we believe is best suited toward our target market, that is not only effective in making an impact, but is also cost effective as well. And what better way to get the message across without guiding our target market to purchase anything, but instead to just get to go through their daily scrolls through Facebook. Not only is this efficient, but it is effective as well. Presenting our ad campaign on social media would gain a lot of attention from those who use it. Considering our target market is mainly exposed to it, we believe it is beneficial to continue with this method. Our campaign consists of a slogan and statistics about fatigue when driving, and is targeted toward those with children in the back seat. The ad will display consequences of driving whilst fatigued and the impacts on the children as well.
Social media platforms Facebook and Instagram will be utilized to promote our promotional campaign, as Fullness Ones are primarily attached and connected through their devices and smartphones as their main form of communication and social interaction in today's world. This is evident through research conducted by Genro as of July 2021, outlining that approximately 2,583,000 Australian males and females aged 25 to 34 years old are active consumers of social media, which is the most of any other age group. We're doing this because due to the continuing rise of popularity of these platforms with new users joining every day. In Australia, Facebook was deemed the most highly used social media network with around 16.5 million active monthly users in 2021, whilst Instagram approximately had 9 million monthly users. With the hope and advantage of these social media platforms that can bring our campaign into the spotlight and gain exposure and attention, we hope to raise the awareness that is essential in combating and reducing the risk of driving whilst fatigued. In terms of perception, our social media ad will be promoted on respective news feeds of Facebook and Instagram that will include visually graphic scenes with a clear bold message that will engage the target audience, their senses and their perspectives. This tempts them to further explore and be more involved in our campaign to prevent the risk of road trauma caused by fatigue. As a result, this will create a high level of attention, exposure and interpretation. After gaining exposure and attention, the target audience of Fullness Ones will aim to make key decisions about their daily habits, such as, am I getting enough sleep, so that I'm refreshed and recharged for the next day to drive, or more so, when they go behind the wheel and ask themselves, am I feeling too tired right now to drive, and opt to take a 15-minute power nap. Extended decision making is evident here, where the consumer is taking into account the dangers and risks of driving whilst fatigued, making the necessary and appropriate decisions to protect themselves and their young families. Our target audience of Fullness Ones will aim to improve how they perceive their daily habits that can alter their fatigue levels and ultimately their driving performance. Examples of such behavioral changes for our target market may include ensuring the sufficient sleep of the recommended 7 to 8 hours a night, choosing to take public transport instead of driving, or reaching out to their partner for lending support to drop off their kids to certain places. If such changes are implemented into their daily lifestyle, not only will save many young families' lives, but it can overall improve their health and well-being and daily functioning.